Hey everybody, Joe with Joe Knows Cryptos with the daily crypto update. I'm going to do it the crusher of the month. And today is February 19th. And the crusher of the month this month, I have talked about in the past, and it's one that I'm rather fond of for a few reasons. So basically, as I've said in previous videos, and you've probably heard other people talk about the current cryptocurrencies and altcoins specifically that don't particularly have a use case, meaning that they have a white paper that explains what they want to do and what their plans are, yet they're still in the process of building their infrastructure, their mainnet, their technology. You may have also heard some of these, they're predicting a lot of these will go under this year simply for a lack of funding, lack of resources and money, and that's a problem. So the reason I'm going to pick the crusher of the month this month, as formerly called Wabi, and you can still look it up by W-A-B-I, Wabi. They did a rebranding about maybe 5 months ago or so, and they renamed their token TAEL, T-A-E-L, but their ticker symbol on the coin exchange is still W-A-B-I, Wabi. Now, why Wabi for crusher of the month? And there's a lot of exciting news coming out about Wabi that I'm going to go over in a minute to justify why it's the crusher of the month. But my first reason is because I believe Wabi will just naturally ebb and flow with the market. I don't expect it to crash, and it has potential at any time to go up dramatically. The reason I say I don't believe it will crash is because it already has a working product in use. It has a use case. If you're unfamiliar with what Wabi does, is they create RFID labels, which are very delicate, sturdy but delicate, that go on products. If they're tampered with in any way, shape, form, or fashion, they become disabled, meaning that they cannot guarantee the product's authenticity. So, big problems in China, and you've probably heard about it if you're old enough in America to know about products that come from China that have lead in them, which is very toxic and poisonous, especially to children, gives them brain damage. And they also, China has a reputation for, since they try to make things cheap, making products, including food, the cheapest way possible, including adding fillers like sawdust, chalk, things that are not meant to be consumed. And a lot of these products are also counterfeited. So if there is a brand name label or a trusted label, it's cheaper to counterfeit the bottle or the packaging and put in cheaper, inferior product and then resell it. You've also heard of handbags like Gucci or Coach or what have you being counterfeited and knocked off. They also do this with liquor, alcohol, many products. Beats ear, the head, not the earbuds, but the head, headphones that you listen to music on. There's a big controversy with those being counterfeited. So with these RFID labels, how they work is on the product origin where it's produced, an RFID label is placed on the product or on the seal the package that it's in. And every time the product is brought to and from a different location, or if it needs to be produced at different locations, one location does the wiring, then they ship it to another location for the casing. A lot of times they do it all in one place, but if any time the product is moved from one place to another, it is scanned, and the RFID label automatically records on the blockchain where the product was and where it's going to, and if it arrived there, because when it arrives there, it's also scanned, and it's all done through this RFID label, which is fantastic technology to begin with. So this is a used product. It's big already in Japan, parts of China, in Asia mainly, but they're constantly going into new markets and spreading and expanding. They've only really been in business for about a year, but already they're spreading. They're adding people to their sales force, which is always a good sign. So in a time when cryptocurrencies are worried about going out of business and having to lay people off, they're actually hiring people, which is a very good sign. Okay, so let's get to the reasons why, other than those, that it's a good, steady, secure investment. Of course, if the crypto markets crash, they all go down, but regarding anything other than that, Wabi is a solid coin that should just go with the ebbs and flow of the market and does have the breakout potential at any time. So on March 31st, which is not that far away, we're at the end of February here. It's a short month. There's only 28 days. Usually I like to give the crusher of the month a little bit early, because people, or at least people that are in tune or that know what's going on or familiar with these products, start to buy in, not a week or two before all the good news is about to happen. They buy in a month before, or start to buy in, start to tell their family, start to tell their friends. People start to get into these projects. So now is a perfect time, if you are looking to trade cryptocurrencies, to look at Wabi. Because on March 31st, they actually have 5 announcements that are coming out, and they're all positive announcements. First one is they are going to have point of sales terminals right at the places of purchase for any Wabi material, or any Wabi product, or any product that has a Wabi label on it, meaning you'll be able to pay on the spot. You won't have to bring it up to a register. You won't have to worry about transferring things to the local currency, and it's all done with the app right on your phone. Very simple and easy. It's not a complicated process. You simply scan the item, scan them all on your phone, and then hit pay with your Wabi token, and bam, they're paid for. You have your receipt and proof right on your phone that they've been purchased. Makes purchasing them much easier, especially if you're a mom and you just want to run into the store and get some baby formula. You don't want to wait on the line. You just bam, bam, and out you go. Beautiful. All right. They are also going to be expanding their master node, and that announcement is going to become official on March 31st. So anytime anything to do with master nodes goes through and it's successful, it almost always, I don't want to say always, but almost always gives cryptocurrencies a boost in price. All right? It just means that their technology is working, that they're expanding, that they're making it better, and that's always a good thing, and it seems to always give the cryptocurrencies a boost. So that's good news. That also is happening March 31st, the official release of that news. Okay, on the 31st, now most companies do release information on sales and profitability and things like this, but Wabi's actually making a big deal about the release of their sales statistics for the first quarter of the year. And if it was going to be bad news, I don't think that they would be talking about the release of their sales statistics like they are. So, if they meet expectations, that's fine. That just shows that they're a solid company. It doesn't really affect it. If they're below, that could hurt the price. If it's above, that should really help the price. The way they're talking, I've got a very strong suspicion that their sales numbers are going to be higher than expected. Also, that gives consumers confidence that forward-looking, since they're such a new product and are constantly growing, that forward-looking that the sales numbers will just be getting better and better and better, and people love to invest and buy companies that are showing improvement and growth. That's always a problem with a lot of these stable companies. People buy these companies that, after a while, oh, should I get into McDonald's? Should I get into, Starbucks? And it's great when they're first starting out and they're expanding and they're growing and they're growing and they're always showing growth and always showing growth. But then there becomes a level when they're saturated or there's nowhere places for them to expand to, no new markets, no new real customers that they can get because they're already everywhere. Unless the people start drinking more coffee or eating more hamburgers from McDonald's, really their growth and their profitability kind of just comes to a standstill unless they come up with something else that's creative. Wabi, you're getting in here at the ground floor, and it's just starting to take off, meaning it's got huge potential to go upward. Okay, now with the Wabi token, you'd think right now if you can get into Wabi around 14 cents, right now it's a little under 14 cents, I think 13.8 cents. So if you can get in here anywhere between 14, 15, 16 cents even, it's got ton of potential. It was at one time, I think, a $5 cryptocurrency back when the market was at its high. So you can just see how many times your money can double, triple, and expand. $1,000 investment could turn into, easily into $20,000. So that's one thing to look at. But another thing to look at is they also have a fairly small number of tokens. It's not like they have 2 billion tokens. I think they have like 100 million. So again, not a huge amount of tokens. Once people start buying in, especially when this news gets closer to coming out and people start throwing their money in there, you could see Wabi take off very rapidly. Okay. They have two more pieces of news. The other one is there is going to be a fiat payment gateway. Not exactly sure what that is, but it sounds to me like people will be able to buy fiat at the store, buy Wabi tokens at the store with fiat or at a machine, just making the whole process of getting Wabi tokens very simple. And that's the ease of getting into something is very important. If it's impossible to buy Bitcoin or Litecoin and you gotta jump through a bunch of hoops, a lot of times people just say, I'll forget it. But when it's going to be right there at your fingertips or at a click of a mouse click or on your phone, makes it much more attractive. And if you have money and you can exchange it very easily. Now, to buy anything with a Wabi label on it, you have to buy it with a Wabi token. That gives it importance. And the last point of news, I'm getting there 15 minutes here, is, and this is to me the biggest news, they are going to be announcing a major partnership. So we won't know who that is until March 31st, but let's just say it's like a Johnson & Johnson or maybe won't be Quaker Oats. I mean, anything, any new partner, and if it's major, I'm imagining it's not a mom and pop partner. It's a big partner that are going to require Wabi RFID labels, that are going to require to purchase Wabi tokens. Guys, I'm at 15 minutes here, signing off. I would buy your Wabi if you like it. Not financial advice. Kiss your wives and your girlfriends. hug your kids, pet your pets. Joe loves cryptos. God bless.